Well, good afternoon. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience where content is made for absolutely everybody. But we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Today, episode 23, LeBron James during his time in Cleveland. A Taste of Armageddon. Now, last week was probably our biggest hit in terms of Star Trek fandom, in terms of viewership and all that, and discussion. Learned a whole lot, and my dumbass thought, did they know ahead of time they're going to set him up for a movie in the future? Like, no, it's just like years later, like, hey, you want to make a movie? Yeah, who can we use? I don't know, how about that Khan guy? He didn't die. But holy shit, what a debut, and I think we have a lot of media to go through, but I'm excited to see this guy back, because that guy was the best.
Yeah, and I'll address that in a second, but first I want to say I don't think it's dumb. I think we have a very unique perspective to be watching that episode for the first time while never seeing any of Star Trek, but just hearing of Khan through popular culture. The same way we heard about Captain Kirk and Spock and everything through popular culture. So, very unique perspective, and that's one of the reasons we're watching the show. But I did want.
But we had 21 episodes to condition us.
Yeah.
That each episode's unique. So I'm an idiot. It's all right. Go ahead.
I did also want to just talk about, we did get a lot of comments obviously on that video and a lot of discussion in the comments about us watching The Wrath of Khan. Obviously a lot of new people here, not just from that video, but from the last few months. A lot of new people here to the channel, and we said this at the beginning, so I just want to quickly go over it again. We are watching Star Trek, as we do almost everything on the channel here, in release order. So when it comes to The Wrath of Khan, we are absolutely watching it, but we are not going to be watching it right now or right after that episode. And the main reason for that is just because while I understand the perspective of watching it right after the episode is fresh in our minds, if we make an exception for that and we jump from the 1960s to whenever in the 80s that movie came out, that really opens the door of chaos to make exceptions for anything else. I mean, who's to say we don't watch an episode of Star Trek and someone says, oh, well, this is similar to the Next Generation episode, go watch that. You know what I mean? Like, we're just watching it all in release order. We can't open Pandora's box in that way. So that's the main reason.
We want to watch it as everyone else did when it came out. We want to experience it the way they did, as close as we can. And the best way we can do that is release order.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. And again, this is nothing against those of you that commented to watch the movie. We totally appreciate that. And like I said, the good thing is we are going to watch the movie, just not right now. So subscribe to the channel, and then you can watch that movie with us once we get there. We are just about 300 subscribers away from hitting our next goal of 2,000. When we hit that, you guys, the subscribers, are going to be able to choose what movie we react to here on the channel. So make sure to subscribe, but also comment down below what movie you want us to react to. We're getting a list together of those films so that we can release a poll once we hit 2,000 subscribers. And okay, that is it. We can jump into the episode. Are you ready?
Yep, they skipped all that, so it's okay.
Yep, it's fine.
Message coming in from E-Mini-R7.
Code 710 means under no circumstances are we to approach that planet.
We mean to have that port, and I'm here to get it.
Oh my god.
You might well involve us in an interplanetary war.
I'm quite prepared to take that risk.
Great. It's always these fucking new guys. Or like, by new guys, I mean new guy on the ship.
You're well aware that my mission gives me the power of command. That's a direct order.
Laying down the law.
We're going in.
We also haven't talked about the title yet. A Taste of Armageddon. That's a pretty good title.
Better than Mud's Women.
Looks like Earth.
About to say, yeah.
Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
The ship is yours. Take care of her until I come back.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hell yeah. You saw Scotty throw that punch last week, and it's like, this guy can handle himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa! The future. They have monorails.
Look at their hats. Oh, got 2 red shirts and a red dress.
I see no danger here.
The danger exists. If you will come this way, please.
I'm not going to tell you what the danger is, but you're in danger.
We'll get to the exposition later. We want to keep the mystery alive a little longer.
My mission is to establish diplomatic relations between your people and mine.
That is impossible.
Okay.
We have been at war for 500 years.
There is no evidence of this.
Disease?
Total from 1 to 3 million dead each year from direct enemy attack.
My gosh.
With whom are you at war?
The third planet in our system, called Vendikar. Vendikar is attacking.
Well, speak of the devil.
Yeah, like right after mentioning it.
Do you hear any explosions, Mr.
None, Captain.
They playing a board game or something?
This is some sort of game you're playing.
This is no game, Captain. 500,000 people have just been killed.
What?
They fight their war with computers, totally.
Yes, of course.
Computers don't kill 500,000 people.
Of course, they have 24 hours to report to our disintegration machines.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, no. Quite real.
Oh my god, they're playing a strategy game and you literally have to kill your people if they get an attack.
Wow.
Oh my god. That is fucked. There's gotta be a better solution than that.
What is it, just like a random draw?
Once your ship was in orbit, it has been classified destroyed by a tri-cobalt satellite explosion.
So now everyone on the Enterprise has to go into the machine. Sorry.
That's one of the most
What an interesting idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the most unique premises I've heard.
I too have been declared a casualty. I must report.
Oh my gosh.
If I refuse to report and others refuse, then Vandekar would have no choice but to launch real weapons.
How about peace?
Limited telepathic abilities are inherent in Vulcanians, Captain.
We've seen him do this before, right? He did this in one of the earlier episodes.
He did like a mind meld or whatever before. I don't know if this is the same thing. Seems more like the Force, to be honest.
Ooh! That was a throat jab.
We'll try to take it easy, but if we're forced to kill,
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna disintegrate you guys, so it's fair enough.
Nice little effect of the doors make different sounds on this planet than the Enterprise.
Oh, is this?
Oh, this is the chamber.
Sir, there's a multi-legged creature crawling on your shoulder.
And they all just stare at him, like, what the hell?
He could have just sneaked up behind him. It's like, no, I'm gonna do this as plain and bluntly as possible. Oh, he's gonna blow it up.
Oh, what are you doing?
Did they only have one machine?
They are armed. They resist. Do what is necessary.
I'm assuming he's talking about really fighting.
Ship's log, stardate 3193.0. Chief Engineer Scott recording.
Yay!
Scotty log.
Of course, I could treat them to a few dozen photon torpedoes.
Oh, I forgot about this guy.
How about you go down there?
And I'm responsible for the success of this mission. And that's more important than this ship. Is that clear?
Oh, fuck you.
If you check your regulations, you'll find that my orders get priority.
Damn.
We captured 4 of their disruptor-type weapons, 2 complete outfits of male clothing, and perhaps most important of all, one of their communication devices.
tell me what I want to know. Please.
Using that charm a little bit there.
While firmly grasping her shoulders.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a choice.
An error in our sensors indicated that your ship was about to attack us. I am giving orders that our attack be stopped. The minute their screens are down, open fire. These are trying times for us, you understand.
Oh, what a dick.
My authority. I know about your authority, but the screens stay up.
There we go, Scotty.
Hey, what are we drinking? What is it?
Oh, God.
Kirk heard a drink being poured and he appeared out of nowhere.
I didn't come to drink. Where are the communicators?
Is he going to communicate with the other planet and tell them to blow the whole thing up? Now that wouldn't make sense. And also, what are the rules with this computer game? Like, where they can't just like, oh, I blew up the entire planet. You know, how do they establish that?
Yeah, what are the limits to their weapons? How do they actually keep track if the other person is, you know, killing people? I try not to think about it too hard.
Ooh! Yeah.
Oh! There you go.
Oh! 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 Ah!
Come on, Kirk. You can take 2 guards.
I know that smack in the back of the head with that metal gun probably hurt, but come on, get up.
Oh, God.
Who's that? That's the closest thing we've seen to a normal business suit.
You were taken immediately to one of our casualty stations so that your deaths may be recorded.
You mean we are to be killed?
That is correct, Mr. Ambassador.
Oh no, don't take him, please. Not him.
Scotty here, Mr. Spock. Go ahead.
Orbit out to maximum phaser range and stand by for further orders. Spock out.
Wait, aren't those guards in the background? Are they just cool with this? Oh no, it's the two red shirts.
You stay here and prevent this young lady from immolating herself. Knock her down and sit on her if necessary. This is a killing situation.
Interesting choice of words.
What are you doing? I'm a representative of the United Federation of Planets.
They're like, oh, our bad. We didn't realize you were a representative. We'll let you go. Oh! I love how Spock has just been like walking up and kicking ass this episode, like does not care. Damn, they were really setting a bunch of fires on set for this episode.
Are those 500 people of yours more important than the hundreds of millions of innocent people on the Yara Vendikar?
It's not what it's about.
I'm a barbarian. You said it yourself.
This is the USS Enterprise.
Scotty, General Order 24 in 2 hours. In 2 hours.
You heard me give General Order 24. That means in 2 hours, the Enterprise will destroy Emini 7.
The whole planet.
Hundreds of millions of people.
I didn't start it, Council, but I'm liable to finish it.
There you go.
Oh no, we lost that one guy.
Oh, the suit guy. He got hurt somehow.
Damn it.
Over there. You, over there. Move.
I'd assumed you needed help.
If everything goes according to plan, you can beam us up in 10 minutes. If you don't hear from us, carry out General Order 24 on schedule.
I feel like they're going to have to contact the other planet in some way.
We're just gonna blow these computers up and just leave. Good luck. Ah! Called it. Blow it up and leave.
You realize what you have done?
Contact Vendikar. I think you'll find that they're just as terrified, appalled, horrified as you are.
As a third party interested only in peace.
Shut up, dude.
I think he's actually going to help, though.
There may be a chance. We have a direct channel with Vendikar's High Council.
Oh my god.
Cancel implementation, General Order 24. I had a feeling that they would do anything to avoid it, even talk peace.
You almost make me believe in luck.
You almost make me believe in miracles.
Fantastic.
So first I just want to say, clearly I look different. My light decided to just go out in the middle of that episode, so I'm using my regular daylight, which is why my face is so bright. Apologize for that. But as far as the episode, really enjoyed it. I said if you go way back to our first reaction, The Man Trap, and we watched that, and I was like, this is not at all what I expected when I thought of Star Trek. This episode, if I had watched this as my first ever episode of Star Trek, I would have been like, this is exactly what I expected. I mean, Kirk and a crew going to this random planet, everything being weird and futuristic, people dressing weird, this like futuristic type of war that's being simulated, and then you have Scotty and McCoy on the ship, all their shenanigans. This was like exactly what I thought of, before we ever watched the show, of what I thought Star Trek would be, and I really enjoyed it. It did not disappoint. I'm not saying this is the first episode, by the way, that's like that, but it definitely is one, and I really liked it. I think I'll get to the few nitpicks I have later on, but overall, yeah, really solid episode.
Yeah, piggybacking off of what you said of like what we thought Star Trek would be, yeah, this was it. Strange New World, which is actually the name of one of the newer shows. Finding diplomatic solutions, weird new worlds, how can we use our words, but also a little bit of action, some philosophical speeches at the end there. Let's go through. Scotty, he gets a good punch, and he's becoming his really strong standout character in this episode, showing a lot of character and heart, and huge fan of his. The whole idea of having a war only through computers, and it's like, and that through a contract, how it's set up with how, what you're allowed to blow up at what time, but like just the honor of having to go to these disintegration machines because they're afraid of actual war. And this episode also shows like how damaging familiarity can be, because they've been doing this for 500 years, and it's like almost like afraid to change, and how dangerous that could be. It's like someone like Kirk comes along who beat Spock in chess, and how we can look at this from something different. Like, okay, I'm going to play their hand here. I'm going to make them destroy these machines because they're going to be so afraid of war they'll even talk about peace. And that was perfect. That's exactly, thinking like that is exactly who Kirk is. This episode was fantastic, and they always have that one episode asshole ambassador who sort of redeems himself at the end, but whatever.
Yeah, and going off of that, obviously at this time in the 60s, there was in the United States just a lot of, nuclear war scare going on, with Russia and those things. So I'm sure that played a part into it as well. And I want to talk about Scotty, like you said, because, and this ties directly into what we were talking about before the episode. I mean, for the rest of the show, I will remember this episode and remember Scotty's, character growth and how it showed his character in this episode. Even though it's episodic and it doesn't directly tie into any other episodes, I now know that about his character, and how good of a leader he can be if needed and how versatile he is. And it just makes you look at the character differently moving forward, knowing that he's been on this previous journey, even if it doesn't directly tie in. And you could say that about all of the characters in the different episodes that they have, their time to shine. And I think that's just another reason why, even though it's episodic, there is character growth or there's character moments throughout the show. And with that being said, I'm really missing Sulu. He hasn't been in the last few episodes, and that's been a bummer. But it was cool to see Scotty shine so much.
Literally, when you were saying that, I literally thought of Sulu. I'm afraid that the next episode or two, Scotty's gonna disappear, and maybe Sulu will be back, and hopefully he'll get some. They'll have some weird idea for next week, and you say, "Oh, it's a weird idea. We got to bring in Sulu. It's gonna be super weird." But even when we see Sulu, I still think about that episode where he was running around with his shirt off and all that, despite it being episodic. However, what order it was filmed or how it doesn't even really matter, because are these characters thinking of what things that happened in the past? Is it in order? But it doesn't matter. But for our sake, we have that thought about them and what they can do and what we can expect, hopefully, from future episodes. And this episode was good, man. This episode was really good. What are your nitpicks?
I thought Kirk, William Shatner's performance was just a little weird. It's not like it was bad or anything, but I don't know, just the way he was delivering some of the speeches and stuff, or when he was talking about, he's like, "Oh, I am a barbarian." It's not that it was bad. It was just very different than what we've seen from him before, and it just felt a little bit off to me. I'm not sure if there's reasons for that, or who knows what the production of this episode was like for him, but that was a little bit odd. And then I had wished that they set up such an awesome, cool premise, and I feel like this is becoming a common complaint of mine. So I'm trying, like I said earlier, I'm trying not to think about it too hard. I'm trying to just accept the premise, but it's so interesting and unique. I wish we would have just dug a little bit more into it. What are the rules of this agreement? How do they keep track of if the other person is actually killing their people? What is this other planet like? There's so much you could get into. You just don't have time, unfortunately, in the episode, but we're never going to see this planet or this premise again, most likely, and it's just I have so many questions about it. It's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, they said something about oh, we haven't sent the reports of people we've disintegrated yet, but they can drop a line like that, but you I haven't seen a premise like this in any other form of media. They could make a whole movie about something like this, but I haven't seen anything else like this. I'm sure, you watch it in the reaction when they brought up that idea that they're just killing people virtually, but they have to honor a contract to kill people literally. It's holy fuck, that's so interesting but terrifying. But yeah, that's how the show is. They introduce these cool ideas, and we can't go too far into it because we have to figure out a solution to it within the 50-minute runtime. But
and you can fill in the blanks with your headcanon. You don't have to have all the answers. You can kind of think about it after you watch the episode and figure it out how you feel about it for yourself, what would be the coolest, kind of explanation. So again, not a huge flaw or anything, but overall, yeah, really liked the episode. And after the last one, I'm surprised that it's followed up by such a strong one. I posted a poll a few days ago on the channel of for the rest of the season, have we already reacted to your favorite episode, or is your favorite episode of the season still to come? And surprisingly, a lot of people, the majority of the poll, said their favorite episode was still to come of this season. And we only have, after this, I think 6 left. So I think there's still a lot more in store for us even before we finish out this first season of the show, and I'm really excited.
We've had some bangers and some top tier top tier episodes in my opinion. So if that's the case, like let's keep the party rolling.
For sure. Well, if it's your first time here and you're not already subscribed, make sure to do so. We want to hit that 2,000 subscribers so we can do our next subscriber special, a movie of your guys' choosing. Check out everything else we have going on the channel, and make sure to leave the video a like to spread it out to other Star Trek fans and become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching along with us. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience where content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you guys as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.